What is up, YouTube? And today we are finally getting back on the Block Tails series. And we're going to be doing the pit of 100 trials, floors 11 through 20. Let's get right into it. So what you're going to want to do when you initiate battle is immediately make sure you have the first attack. And it doesn't really matter what weapon you use. Just make sure you're hitting your action commands. And I forgot to make sure my right cards were on. This will be fine. Make sure you're countering. Hit all the proper... Hit all the things you need to hit. Make sure you're spamming. But generally the pit doesn't become very difficult until the last floor or the last two floors. Make sure you have decent items on you. You know, just general precautionary stuff. Learn the enemy attack patterns. Just basic stuff. Use good card sets, which I'll go over that in a separate video. But generally, just, you know, if you're needing assistance, obviously the Block Tails Discord is there. And, there are people always willing to help on there. And speaking of help, I'm actually running an event where I take one monthly subscriber and carry them through the whole of Block Tails on hard mode. Now, you don't have to play on hard mode, but I would prefer that you do, as it will make the game much more fun and much more challenging. And, of course, as you can see, I'm relatively overpowered, and so I will be able to just carry you, but you'll also be learning attack patterns and whatnot. Yeah, that's just, you know, we're just going through, taking care of the pit. This is what, floor 15? Yep, about halfway there. And occasionally, you'll find enemies that like to just don't have a roaming animation. And so you'll want to, like, drop your dynamite on them, or, you know. Drop the dynamite on them to get extra start damage. Use your sword energy when you can. Just basic stuff. Ow. But yeah, we're just going through, beating the pit. It's not too difficult right now, but on floors 30, 40, 50, it grows more difficult. Mostly because the chapters increase as you go along. And so like the prologue or chapter 1 is relatively easy, but then you go and get to like chapters 2 and 3 and they grow a little more difficult, but they're still relatively simple. Chapter 3 grows difficult towards the end, but it's good combat training. And of course, chapter 4 is the most difficult in my opinion right now. But Demo 5 will probably change that. Now I will say, the end of these 10 floors, like floor 19, will be quite difficult for those that have just unlocked the pit, as it will be 4 sentient statues, which, if you play the game, you know those are some of the most difficult starting enemies to face. But I feel like that's the hardest part of like these 10 floors. Otherwise, I would just say, make sure you're properly using your sword energy, use the right cards, like I've said before, I'll go over that in a separate video. You know, if you've got down to an enemy that you can just, like, deflect with your defenses, or always counter or block, use your sword energy there. Prepare for the next floor, because you don't get full healed every floor. And yeah, this is gonna be the hardest battle. So I'm actually gonna use an ally card. Gonna be the guy, their main attack is gonna be Unexpected Zoom, which without proper defenses or dodging capabilities, it will be dealing quite a bit of damage, especially on hard mode when you first face these guys. They're really beating up on the Cruel King. Holy. I guess it's good that I called him. I think we're gonna line bounce here. Kill the guy at the end. And then also get some damage off. It's mostly just learning attack patterns and having the proper tools to get the job done. And then if you're working in a team, of course, knowing what your team is going to be doing and planning that out. But yeah, these guys were relatively simple. Of course, you can see the Cruel King took quite a bit of damage there, but he is but a tank. That's all he's used for. And here we are, floor 20, full heal. And next video, we will be doing floors 21 through 30, possibly with one of you.